Well, time for a special report. After successfully spending 194 days at sea and becoming the first all-women naval crew to have circumnavigate the globe, the six-member crew of the Indian Navy's sailing vessel Tarini is back in India. Mirana correspondent Apurva Sridhar spoke to all the six sailors after achieving this special feat. Take a look.
Around the world in 254 days, that has been the remarkable journey by six naval officers of the Indian Navy who circumnavigated the globe in around 8 months. Joining me right now are six naval officers who went ahead, broke all barriers and in fact made this country proud by daring to dream big. It is my honor to introduce you these six brave officers of the Indian Navy who went ahead and circumnavigated the globe. Joining me right now on this special broadcast, Lieutenant Commander Vartika Joshi, who is the skipper who led this entire expedition. Also along with me, her entire crew of naval officers, including Lieutenant Commander Pratibha Jamwal, Lieutenant Commander Swati P. To my right, I have Lieutenant Commander Ishwarya, Lieutenant Vijaya, and Lieutenant Payal Gupta. Thank you so much for joining us on this special broadcast. Let me start by talking to you. You've been the skipper. You led this entire expedition. One word, how does it feel to have successfully led this entire navigation? Were there apprehensions at the start?
Definitely there were apprehensions, anything which is a first for the country and also for the world. It's the first navy which has attempted a circumnavigation. So definitely there were apprehensions, there were challenges in the beginning, but with a good planning and execution and a lot of hard work that went into it, we were able to have it done successfully. It's a very, very satisfying feeling to come back on land where the entire nation was waiting for you and was supporting you with their prayers and well wishes. So it's a great feeling.
It is certainly a very remarkable feat that all of you have collectively achieved. But if I'm not wrong, INS Sinvi Tarini is a small sailboat, and that itself is a big challenge to start with. What does Tarini mean to you?
Tarini is, I would say, our seventh team member. She's not just a boat, she's our home, our companion. And there is a saying that you take care of the boat takes care of you. So that is what we have experienced during our voyage. Though it's very small, but we have learned to live in those confined spaces and, to get along with the team over a period span of 3 years. We got trained for 3 years before setting for the voyage.
So 254 days is indeed a long journey. It is, of course, a family that we are looking at. What was that moment, a kind of a challenge when you were encountered with high waves, high seas? Was there a moment you felt that the seas are more empowering right now?
So the seas and the weather are the biggest challenge when we're going on such an expedition. But there were many such moments where we felt the seas are overpowering us. But when we are out there at sea, whether the sea is going to rule on you or you're ruling the sea, it depends on how much you're under control. So at any point of time, we made sure that we kept the boat under control. 6 of us were together in taking control of any challenging situation that came our way.
Also, when you started your voyage, you had to take a detour because the wind speed wasn't enough. What happened at that time? What was the kind of brainstorming that had actually gone inside?
Before the starting of the voyage, like we have to go through a proper training procedure about all the condition which we are supposed to face during this entire voyage, like the weather condition. We have to know, be skillful. The seamen, we have to know about seamanship, the raw work, and we had to know about communication skill. Like we have the radio communication on board, and lot many things. Like it's not a single thing which we have to do. We went to various school of the Indian Navy, which is there in Southern Naval Command, the Seamanship School, the Navigating School, and many more. So like it was like we have to be prepared mentally. It was almost 2.5 years of brainstorming that we have gone through, and a bit of training and lots of training in the Indian coastline, and to some foreign country like Mauritius. We have been twice, and to Cape Town once. So that helped us a lot.
So, a collective teamwork and the kind of brainstorming that was put by all of you was one of the key elements that made sure that you achieved the goal. But more importantly, when we're talking about the entire voyage, was there a moment you felt that what you're about to achieve seems a little impossible, what you're looking at seems a little far-fetched?
I don't think so. I ever felt that, because two of our mentors, like before us, there have been two senior officers who have already done this, and they have done it like solo, and we are a team of 6. So it was actually a kind of luxury that we were having, because we had company also. So I never thought that it would be impossible, and also the training was so good and so tough that it made our mind it made us mentally prepared that we will achieve it.
Clearly, it was the training and also the kind of opportunity that was given that actually ensured that you reached your goal. But through your training process, the kind of techniques that you've learned, how easy was it, or how good was it for you to understand how to steer through the night, to difficult terrains, through the entire course where the weather was really not in your favor?
The whole 3 years of training before going for this voyage was to make yourself comfortable in those confined environment, and you have no luxuries. The boat doesn't have even a fan inside the boat. People must be wondering there should be everything inside the boat. We can only have fresh vegetables only for the first 5 or 6 days. After that, you're on purely on pulses and the dry provisions that you have.
Who has been your role model, a mentor of sorts, through make sure that this entire journey remains successful?
There have been, to this journey, we have a lot of people to thank too. Especially, there are many unsung heroes, which I will not be able to name all of them. But the conceptualization of this particular project was of one of the retired admirals. He's in his 90s now, Admiral Manohar Awati. And thereafter, in 2009-10, this idea was further taken up by Indian Navy, and Captain Dilip Dunde, who is retired now, he did his first circumnavigation in 2009, and at that time Chief of Naval Staff was Admiral Arun Prakash, who helped in this project a lot. And thereafter, in 2012, it was again done by an Indian naval officer, Commander Abhilash Tomy. So Commander Abhilash Tomy and Commander Dilip Dunde, mainly Commander Dilip Dunde, they have been our mentors, and they've seen this voyage throughout, since the conceptualization till the completion of this voyage.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, and more accolades for the kind of journey that you have encompassed. It has made the country proud, is what we can say at this point. 6 naval officers who circumnavigated the globe made the country proud. Their inspiration certainly will be etched in the history. More importantly, the manner in which the teamwork, the dedication and the effort that has been put by each and every naval officer has certainly said one thing, that they have dared to dream big.